Hello everybody, welcome back. If you have not been here before, my name is Debbie and I read a lot of books. Today for Series Sunday, there was a book that I found on my Kindle, because I have so many books in there from over the years where I've gone through and found books that were like free or 99p, and I just thought, let's just get an array of books and just make my way through them on Kindle. And this one is called Shadowmagic. It's by John Lenahan. It's book 1 of 3. At the time I started reading it, I wasn't sure if it was part of a series, but by the time I got to the end of the book, it was just like, that can't be where it stops. There has to be more. And I checked, and there was more. I managed to get the 2 extra books for like £2.99. So I've got those ready to start reading the next 2 books. So by starting off with this, I'll then do another video talking about books 2 and 3 and just wrap it up. It's described as kind of a Lord of the Rings for the 21st century, which I completely agree with. I was completely thinking that as I was reading it. So yeah, I'll just get in with that blurb and just tell you what I thought. Connor thought he was an average teenager. Okay, so his father only had one hand, spoke to him in ancient languages, and was a bit on the eccentric side, but other than that, life was fairly normal. Until, that is, 2 Celtic warriors on horseback and wearing full armour appear at his front door and try to kill him. After that, things get pretty weird. So yeah, it was, the time to read is 4 hours and 40 minutes. I think I read this over about 3 days. I absolutely loved this. It's described as being for a younger audience. It's described as a fantasy adventure for young adults, although grown-ups will like it too. It was so good. Yeah, it's like on Amazon Kids, but it's just like, this was just so good. And you can get it for like the Kindle edition for absolutely nothing on Amazon Kids, apparently. I don't really know how I ended up with this book, but I'm so glad I've got it. I think the author's a magician, according to this. But yeah, I feel like you're thrown into the world very quickly. You got the first chapter where you're introduced to Connor and his father, who only has one hand, and then suddenly you have these knights turn up on horseback, and one of them disintegrates pretty much as soon as he like falls off his horse, and Connor finds out that he is the heart of a legend, conspiracy, kind of like the son of the one-handed prince is going to be like the downfall of this world type thing. And so yeah, you've just got this I was going to say premonition, that's not the word I'm looking for. What is the word I'm looking for? Prophecy. It took me a while to get that. Yeah, so you got this prophecy around him, and he is taken back to the world that his father is and his mother is actually from. But his mother left when he was a child, because how old is he in the book? Is he 17? 16, 17, I want to say? And so, yeah, you've seen it through the eyes of this teenager, being his eyes open to the world that he's actually from. So you've got that kind of coming of age thing, there's a bit of a romance in there, and yeah, he's told that his family is actually from a place, what's it called, Tir na Nog? It's very in like Irish mythology, which I'm not completely familiar with. So there were a couple of words and names that I struggled with. I say that because I've actually got Irish on both sides of my family. My dad's mum's maiden name is Dylan. Massive Irish Catholic family on my dad's maternal side. And then my mum's maiden name is McCartney, from Ireland and Liverpool. As you can imagine, that is really difficult to research as somebody who's really into family history and genealogy. Tracking down the McCartneys has been the hardest thing, because it was just such a common name in Liverpool and Ireland. And also, if you type it into Google, guess what the first thing that comes back up is? The Beatles. Yeah, so there's points where we're just like, well, we could be related to the Beatles. It was just like, yeah, we could, just like we could be related to Rihanna, because my mum's side of the family is from Barbados. But that doesn't really help me. But yeah, it's just, this has got such a good pace to it, and the fact that you are, along with Connor, being introduced to this world, and the fact that there's so many people he meets where they instantly want to kill him because of when they figure out the prophecy, and they're just like, he's the son of the one-handed prince, he needs to be killed, otherwise like our world's going to fall apart. And so you go through it. There's a bit of misdirection onto like who the prophecy is actually about, which I thought was quite clever. And then there's a character he meets who tries to kill him. But the thing is, his mother put a protective spell on him, essentially, where family members who attempt to kill him, the first time they try to do it, they won't succeed. And so he meets a character who he believes to be related to, because this protective barrier comes up when this guy tries to kill him. He ends up having a really great friendship. It's very much one of those travelling, trying to track things down, which is why I kind of compare it to the Lord of the Rings trilogy, but it's faster. You know, you don't have like the riff-raff in the middle of talking about, of having like a whole chapter dedicated to someone you're never going to see again. Because I must admit, I struggled reading the Lord of the Rings books because it was very long-winded. And there were chapters where it's just like, what was the point of that? But as a whole, I really did enjoy Lord of the Rings. I still have not watched any of the movies. I need to watch the movies because I've heard that if you like the books, the movies just condense it and streamline it, and apparently they're better than the books in a way because how have they been adapted. But yeah, I absolutely love this. If you like your good fantasy stuff, if you like your Irish mythology, if Lord of the Rings is something that you like and you like the idea of something that kind of has a similar kind of journeying kind of vibe to it, I recommend Shadowmagic. I am so looking forward to reading the next 2 books. But yeah, because at first I was just like, is this a book one? I don't know. I don't know if this is like a standalone. Like, is this going to be a Wednesday video? Is this going to be a Sunday video? I haven't a clue. And I got to the end and it was just like, it doesn't feel like it's been completed. Because somebody who you thought would have died didn't. And so I was just there thinking, that means the kind of the threat is still there. So, like, is that really wrapped up? So then when I looked it up and I was just like, no, there's 3 books in total. It was just like, right, I need to get those other 2 books. This is definitely a Sunday video. And I'm looking forward to where in the world it goes next. But yeah, it's very much a family saga as well, because through the book, obviously, you've got that relationship with his father. You've got a relationship with somebody who he knows he's related to, but he doesn't know how. You see him reunited with his mother and his aunt and his uncle, and realising that, like, it's just, the whole family thing is messy in this book, but it is so entertaining. It is so good. It is funny. It's got its dark moments. It's just that full-on fantasy, like, it was right up my alley. I'm sure if you like the sound of that, you will enjoy this so much. Yeah. So it's Shadowmagic by John Lenahan. That's an E, not an A. But yeah, on the front it says, a fantasy adventure for young adults of all ages from 12 to 112. Yeah, because some of the darker moments I would have thought it would be like 12 and older. A 12A, almost. Yeah, I don't know if there's ever been any thoughts about adapting this for, like, the screen, because I think this would be quite an epic miniseries or film. It's one of those ones that I think a miniseries works so much better because you can just pack so much more in, especially with the way, like, the saga of it all. Yeah, Shadowmagic, John Lenahan. This was an unexpected read because I was just looking for something new and I was just like, oh, is this a standalone? I'll get into that. And it was just like, wait, no, I've got another series Sunday video. But yeah, I loved it. It was so good. It was funny. It tugged on your heartstrings. You got the romance in there. It's just got something for everybody. And yeah, I loved it. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you next time with another video. I will say, my bathroom has officially started and I cannot wait. So I've taken all the tiles, the bathroom's out. I think the only thing that was left in there was the toilet. I think he's been like replastering, and I think some of the tiles might be going down today. I might have to check it out tonight before I go to the theatre, and they're getting ready to put in the, say, false wall. They're bringing the wall forward slightly to hide a waste pipe, but then also it's going to be a recess in the wall for a mirrored cupboard vanity, and also like the shelf in the bath, in the shower, for like my wash bits. So yeah, I have discussed like measurements and sizing and figuring out the placement of things. But yeah, I am so excited. It's exciting, and I've also been told that the plaster is going to be available in the middle of July, so it's going to be so exciting just making it mine. But yeah, again, thank you, and I'll see you next time with another video. I love you all. Stay safe. Goodbye.